Caitlin Clark's return didn't just live up to expectations, it shattered them. After being sidelined with a quad injury, there was speculation about how quickly she could reintegrate. Whether she'd ease into her rhythm. Whether she'd show signs of rust. She didn't. Clark came back like she never left. She took the floor with her usual fire, and from the first possession, you could feel it, she was ready to take over. Against the reigning WNBA champions, the New York Liberty, in front of a buzzing crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, she made sure everyone remembered her name. She dropped 32 points, drilled 7 threes, energized her teammates, ignited the fans, led the Indiana Fever to a statement win. There was no hesitation in her shot, no dip in her pace, just pure confidence and execution. Kelsey Mitchell was right there with her, adding 22 points. Lexi Hull chipped in 14. But this game belonged to Clark. Still, while the spotlight naturally gravitated toward Clark's brilliance, there was another story unfolding quietly, but just as impressively. Sydney Colson, a name some may have overlooked. A player who had been under scrutiny earlier this season. Someone who hadn't made much noise in the box scores, until now. On this night, Colson was essential. She wasn't just filling space, she was filling gaps. Doing what a true backup point guard does when the starter needs to breathe. When Clark needed a rest, and she did, Colson came in and steadied the ship. She played 20 solid minutes. Put up 10 points. Shot efficiently. Added 6 assists. Grabbed a rebound. Snagged a steal. And most importantly, kept the pace. She reminded everyone why she's here. Why Indiana trusted her. Why her experience matters. This wasn't just about scoring. It was about tempo, control, poise. The Fever needed someone to keep the game moving, to keep the Liberty from building any momentum when Clark sat, and Colson delivered. She hit timely threes. She found the open player. She made the smart reads. It wasn't flashy, it was professional. Earlier in the season, when Ari McDonald was on a hardship contract, there were whispers. Would Colson lose her minutes? Was her role secure? Against New York, she answered those questions without saying a word. She let her play speak. Loud and clear. There's a reason she's still here. There's a reason the Fever kept faith in her. And now, with playoff hopes still alive, her veteran presence off the bench is becoming more and more crucial. Clark played 31 minutes, not quite at full conditioning yet. Understandably so. She's still working her way back from injury. Still managing her body. So when she rests, Colson steps in. That's the rhythm now. That's the system that works. And when it clicks, like it did tonight, the Fever looked dangerous. They looked connected, balanced, ready. Clark's energy fuels the start. Colson steadies the mid-game. Mitchell scores in bursts. Hull spaces the floor. Smith and Boston control the paint. Suddenly, this team is not just exciting, it's cohesive. And Colson's emergence as a reliable secondary playmaker is part of that chemistry. She may not lead the headlines. She may not trend on social media. But inside the locker room, inside the huddle, her value is undeniable. She gives the team versatility, stability, veteran savvy, the kind of player who understands the game on a deeper level. The kind of player who knows when to push and when to pull back. While Clark dazzles with her range and flair, Colson complements with calm and vision. And that's what championship teams need. Not just stars, but role players who embrace their role fully. Clark's return is the story of the night. No doubt. But Colson's breakout. That's the subplot that could shape the Fever's stretch run. With Clark still managing her workload, Indiana needs players like Colson to keep the pressure off their superstar. And now, they know they can trust her to do exactly that. It's a dual effort. A team effort. And if Colson keeps this up, the Fever bench just became a whole lot more dangerous. She's earned her moment. She's earned her role. And on a night when the lights were on Clark, Sydney Colson quietly reminded everyone, she's here, and she matters.